resolution number 23-589 in the matter of adjourning out of executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-589. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
We now have commissioner comments on our agenda.
Okay. Commissioner Merrill. It's your
Yeah, I got a couple of things. First of all, we all participated in the parade at Sunbury over the weekend. It was hot, it was humid. I was tired afterwards. But it was a great crowd, as it always is. And but I think the main thing I want to bring up today is over the weekend, one of the former commissioners, the county commissioners here in Delaware County, passed away, and that was Tommy Thompson. And a little bit of his bio, his background. He was the former mayor of Delaware City, 2000, 2002. He previously had served 8 years on the city's planning commission and 7 years on their board of zoning appeals. And he was Delaware County Commissioner 2009, 2012. And anyone who commits to public service, as Tommy did, should be acknowledged. And I think it's appropriate that we take a moment today to do that. In addition, he was a retired school teacher and administrator. I believe is in Delaware City, and he's in that profession for 30 plus years. And of course, he was a resident of Delaware County and Delaware City specifically. So I send out my thoughts and my blessings to his family, and I think a moment of just saying, thanking Tommy for his years of service is appropriate. That's all I have.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. Commissioner Lewis?
Yes, I'd also like to add, I always enjoyed talking with Tommy, and he was a dedicated public servant, and for many, many years, and in different roles, as Commissioner Merrill pointed out, and just a really great guy, and I'd like to extend my sympathy to his family.
Again, well, while we're talking about Tommy, I didn't know Tommy well, but I know he really cared deeply about the city, about the county, and as Commissioner Merrill said, public service as county commissioner is a challenging job, and he wanted to make everything better. So, so condolences again to his family. And one other thought, 2009, 2012, that was the biggest, deepest recession we've had in decades, and he was here during that time period. So I'm sure he faced unique challenges that were very serious, because that was a tough time. And the city and the county came through out the other end of the recession very strong. So I'm sure he was a big contributor to that. So, again, continue.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, also went to the Sunbury Parade, and I was really impressed with. There are thousands of people there. They seem to be more enthusiastic even this time than before. The flags waving, and it reminded me that we're like at 247 years in our nation of freedom, and that is. No nation has approached the freedom that our citizens have had since the founding, since our Declaration of Independence, and we're doing it right. And I just want to salute our founding fathers, and so did all the people in Sunbury. I mean, believe in our nation and our representative form of government. It served us very well.
We sometimes get a little concerned about the patriotism and everything, but going to the Sunbury Parade, there's no question about
it is alive and strong.
It's alive and well, and maybe sometimes people get reluctant to talk about it with everything that's going on today, but it wasn't apparent at Sunbury. And I'm sure that's true in Ostrander and Delaware City and all the other parades in our county.
There were thousands of people.
Waving flags and smiling, and
it was fun.
Waving to us. It was a great event. Very, very nice. The only other thing I'd like to mention is the dedication of Demetrius Stanley Way
Yeah, it was-
in Genoa Township.
Yeah,
We
pretty
were
neat.
all there,
Yeah.
and such a tribute to Demetrius and the great man that he was, and still now with his foundation, his memory is being kept alive through his foundation of helping others, and so his family, I know, appreciated everything, and Genoa Township really stepped up too in there.
And
All they did.
what amazed me was he started the foundation after he was diagnosed.
That's right.
That is, so he was still worried and thinking about other people
Yes.
at a time that he was dealing with something. Now, maybe it was in the early stages, and I'm sure he was optimistic, thought he was going to be, but that says something about him.
It really
that
does,
he could
right.
think about others at a time when he's dealing with his own personal issues.
Mhm.
That stuck with me more than anything, I think, that day.
That's very impressive, yeah.
Yeah, and Commissioner Lewis spoke very eloquently on representing the
thank you.
county. That was very nicely done. Coach Cooper was there.
Oh,
and
yes,
he-
yes.
He's 86 years old.
He
He
is.
looks great.
Gosh, he looks
He
great.
spoke very eloquently about Demetrius.
And when I
the
spoke to him,
time
he asked how old Barry Switzer was, me being from Oklahoma, because he told some of the war stories. I said, I know, he's in his 80s. Well, I looked it up. He turns 86 this year.
Oh.
He'll be the same age as
Oh.
Coop end of the year.
Oh, my gosh.
But anyway, he was really nice. Ryan Miller was there.
Mm-hmm.
Renee Vaughn really played a key role at the Genoa trustee getting
Yes.
it done. And it went so smoothly, and there were hundreds of people there.
It did,
It was fun.
reporters from all of our
networks.
local
Yeah.
TV stations were there, and really cared. They knew I know in some cases they knew Demetrius, so they had the background there, and
Right.
quite a wonderful man.
Yep, it was a lot of fun, and good way to,
Yes.
I think Demetrius would have liked to have
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
It was just a lot of fun, and neat way. Like I think Jessica said, every time you pull in there, you're gonna see it's Demetrius Stanley Way.
Yes.
Yeah, which
Yes.
has some kind of philosophical
Yeah.
way.
It is.
Did it his way.
Yeah,
Yes.
his way.
So,
Yes, that's right.
So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Just a couple other things. We had regional planning Thursday night. Everything is going fine there, moving along. I had a SEPCO board meeting on Friday. There is one new app that's going to be introduced here. The employees will be receiving a mailer on it, and it's called SWORD, S-W-O-R-D. And it's an online physical therapy application. You can sign up for physical therapy, do it on your own, or if you just want to do something on your own without a doctor's oversight, you can do that. And it's free.
So you theoretically save the
Save the
rehab
trips.
fees, the fees?
Yeah, well, and the fees, yeah.
Yeah.
It's free to the employee, the employees portion. It's free to the employees, but they will send you a kit that gives you all the sensors you need, and it gives feedback to the doctors and providers so that they know how your therapy's coming along and everything. So it's really very clever. Mike Kendall, the executive director, was very excited about it. So you'll be all getting a mailing in July, explaining it, I'm sure, much better than I did. Let's see, the state budget did get passed. That was passed last Friday, June 30th. Nothing, I think it was June 30th, just under the deadline. And then the governor apparently vetoed 44 different line items out of the 9,000-page budget bill.
9,000 pages.
I don't think there were any significant.
Some of them were kind of just
Yes.
word
Yeah,
things.
I don't think there were any significant budget implications in what the governor vetoed, but the indigent defense is supposedly at over 90%. The bidding threshold that I mentioned earlier is increased. The bidding threshold can be 20, the bids you receive can be up to 20% without having to go out and rebid them versus 10%. So that could have an impact on sewer, road, building projects and so on. So that is one other thing
yeah.
as well. And then I'm sure, and then as I understand it, I'm getting the land bank meeting this afternoon, but as I understand it, there's another round of land bank demolition and brownfield grant funding coming out of this budget. I gotta get the details, but That's supposedly very similar to the first one a couple years ago. So we'll find out more as we get details. But I think that's it. Anything else? I think we're ready to adjourn.
All right,
No
we'll
further
see you
business. We
Monday.